Ah, shit. What's up? What's up with y'all? You know what I'm saying? Jeff Sparks Star probably back in this motherfucker. And I want to break down Mars and Virgo. You know what I'm saying? Now, I ain't playing music right now, but I'm going to get to the video right now. But, you know what I'm saying? My speakers is dead, so I'm charging that shit. No, I ain't got it right now. I ain't gonna, it's just dead. No, it is dead, though. I ain't gonna lie. I'm not lie, but it is dead. Like, I put it on, it's just going to go back off. I don't want to charge it right now, so fuck it. But check it out. Yeah. You know, Mars and Virgo, you know what I'm saying, it's gonna be it's kind of like the weight game at this point, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of like what can you be practical, not practical, sorry. What can you be patient with certain Martian like virtues, because this is gonna be a time where, you know, it's kind of like it's gonna be like it's all about being patient and taking your time at this time, because you know what I'm saying, uh Mars and Virgo is really a time where even the whole world is going to be, you know, be on a lot of train of thoughts where it comes to whether it be binge watching, you know what I'm saying, stress eating, you know what I'm saying, not doing shit in moderation, you know what I'm saying, anything that's going to be in a time where it's kind of like disciplining you, telling making sure that you're on the topic of where you're what's the word I'm looking for, where you're going to have to be consistent in something you're doing that's really passionate to you, you know what I'm saying. Now, you know what I'm saying, with that being said, don't get it confused. You know what I'm saying? Mars and Virgo is also going to be pushing us to also we also going to be in a time where what we're doing, you know what I'm saying, is going to be the mark of what will be our future in the long run if you're doing it properly. You know what I'm saying? Because that's a time where whether whatever you're doing, whether you're doing anything, any business correlations or anything in society in the world, you know what I'm saying, treat it like your child, treat it like your baby. So when you're in a time like that, you don't gotta be all uh discombobulated, if that makes sense, because that's like the miscombobulated energies, you know what I'm saying. And you don't want to be in that type of miscombobulated energies, you know what I'm saying. And that's a lot of, you know, that's like this whole world right now. We, you know, say we're all in this list, this miscombobulated energy right now. We don't know what to do at a time like this, you know what I'm saying. And the best thing to do is do what you're doing, but do it in a way where you're doing it all for God. You know what I'm saying? Because God wants to see you. God wants to test the soldiers right now, and the soldiers it wants to make sure that whatever you're doing, at least let it be in a time where you're pushing yourself through all this bullshit, through all their whatever you're doing, through all everything. You're pushing yourself. So when you're doing that, you're in a time where you're not giving up. You know what I'm saying? You like these planets like Mars. It's kind of like, you know, it's at work right now, so it's kind of like busy. So it's counting on you, because if you're using these planets like a bitch, it's counting on you to make sure that you're actually in a space of where you know how to use these energies, by, you know what I'm saying, how to use the energies in the long run, you know what I'm saying. So you don't gotta be like, you don't gotta feel like, okay, I'm gonna be in a time where I don't gotta feel I gotta try as hard as possible. You gotta be in a time where you just gotta be laid back, but chill, like lay back and chill. You know what I'm saying? Lay back and chill in a time where, you know, like, and this is hard because we usually when we lay back and chill, we get to we want to do shit on non moderation, like eats, you know what I'm saying, binge watch, all that shit. We're gonna be a time where if you're gonna be like taking your stressing on something, stress on your, not stress, but if you're gonna be binge on something, binge on your creativities, binge on your gifts, binge on your talents, binge on your collective play like energy that you know how to you do, like, you know what I'm saying, anything you do, art, do whatever, you know what I'm saying. You can stack bricks outside, whatever, like not actual bricks, you know what I'm talking about, bricks like a brick stone, you know what I'm saying. Like whatever you do that makes you feel at the fun stage, you know what I'm saying, do that, because when you do that, you're in a space of where now you know what the fuck this shit is heading for. You know what I'm saying? You don't gotta feel confused. You know what I'm saying? You know what the fuck you're onto. You know what I'm saying? You don't gotta, when you pushing yourself to do certain shit like this, be in a space of where you know how to conclude and communicate with this energy within yourself, because these are shit that will go within ourselves. So we know the Mars is the first in the eighth house. So when it goes, it's like a circular. It's like the Mars chakra. It's like the Mars transitions. You know what I'm saying? The Mars cycles. You know what I'm saying? The Mars, the first house will be Mars, eighth house will be Mars, but each of them is a certain. But see, since it's in Virgo right now, it's gonna be a time where we don't know if like we wanna take our passions and do it on shit that we shouldn't be doing it on. You know what I'm saying? So make sure when you're doing shit like this, you know how to you like understand these energies for itself. So the first house, this will be like what your this will be your what's that word I'm looking for? I'm trying. It's a word. Fuck it. I'm just gonna say this that initiating energy, initiating like energy. You know what I'm saying? It's not that. It's not that word, but I can't figure it out right now. It's that initiating like energy. So the first house. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? What you sees fit to do. You know what I'm saying? That's your energies on what you sees fit to do. Your initiating like energies. Your your on honest like energies, whatever you want to say, whatever energies you want to say, you know what I'm saying? All that type of energies that make you. So when you're in these lenses, you're in the lenses of acceptance, you know what I'm saying? Energy of acceptance, you know what I'm saying? All that shit. Eighth house is your sexual shit. So that's kind of like how you can combine these things. So when the cycle's going, so Mars likes to be, so it's like, so all right, the best words I can explain it right now is the passions and your sexual drives. You know what I'm saying? Your sexual visions and your passions. You know what I'm saying? And when this happens, since it's in the Virgo right now, it's working. So when it's working, you want to make sure that you know how to utilize that work like energy, but know how to use it for your gifts. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be kind of hard because it's gonna feel like you're working for your gifts, but it shouldn't be seen like that. It should be seen that as in you're working on yourself. You're working on your cycles. You're working on your male or female. It don't matter. You're working on your yourself, because it's all about you. And as long as you know it's all about you, that's how you know everything. Because when you know everything, you don't gotta get lost and think you don't know nothing. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times people want to say, "Oh, I don't know about this and I don't know about that." But truth is, you know everything. You know what I'm saying? You don't gotta feel like you're in a space of where you're not in the right. You're always in the. It's not that you're always in the wrong or the right. It's just that you're always experiencing. It's all, and life is about experience. You know what I'm saying? So when you're experiencing in that form of energy, you know how to accumulate your gifts and talents out of that little sponsorship. So you know what you're doing. You're a bad motherfucker. Period. You know what I'm saying? So don't get lost in the illusions that you're not good enough. You know what I'm saying? Because you're always good enough for in the right ways if you know how to do it the right way. You know what I'm saying? And that's for all energies or signs or genders or whatever or races. You know what I'm saying? So understand that too, because that's a long it's not a long way to go, but Mars and Virgo is gonna feel like it's that. You know what I'm saying? So the best thing to explain it right now is that with the Mars being a Virgo, you know what I'm saying. You want to make sure that you're patient too. You know what I'm saying? Don't rush or nothing. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you're doing, that's in the Mars and the Virgo energy. Just be patient. It's all gonna work out. Just as long as you know what you're doing, you know what I'm saying? As long as you know how to do this, as long as you know how to use this plan like a tool and not get lost and none of this shit, because it's all about you. You know what I'm saying? So again, don't stress out uh the wait feels like it's too long, or the actual wait feels like it's too much. You know what I'm saying? Especially the mind body first. When you spiritually have too much weight in your mind, you know what I'm saying? You want to make sure that you're never in a space of where you're too much you're in the mind weight too much. You know what I'm saying? You want to make sure that you're on Planet Fitness, so you're working out. So that Planet Fitness is when you're in a space of where you know how to actually accumulate the actual your thoughts and feelings, and know how to like actually connect consistently, switch with a thought and feeling, and know how to decipher these things. That's Planet Fitness. So you know how to decipher these things. You know how to bring these things together and not get lost. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not, you don't want to get lost in your thoughts and feelings. You know what I'm saying? When you know how to sufficiently come up with a new thought and feeling, sufficiently delete a thought and not delete, but same shit, delete or kill a thought and feeling. Sufficiently know how to understand your thoughts and feelings, understand a lot of these aren't yours. You're in Planet Fitness. You're working out. You're exercising the spiritual and esoteric realm. So now you're lifting weights. You know what I'm saying, you get buffer. You get bigger. You know what I'm saying, you get your six pack, all that shit. You're working out your mind body first. That's what starts from the mind. If you know how to do it spiritually speaking, if you know how to do it spiritually speaking, and spiritual realm, it'll play out in your physical body too. It takes time though, you know, so you want to be in a rush, you know what I'm saying? Well, it don't take time. In the physical, it takes time, but the spiritual, it's fast. You know what I'm saying? You want to make sure you know how to do these things correctly. You know what I'm saying? And that's that Mars and Virgo energy in general. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be a space of where, you know, if you don't know the actual ways on how to go with these energies, you'll get lost, and then it'll be the next shift, and you won't even be know how to go upon these shifts because you're not in the space of where you know understand how to go upon these shifts because you're lost in certain ways on how to live and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? All these and a lot of retrogrades too. You know what I'm saying? So it don't make any better. And this Venus retrograde is even another one that's a big one because Venus retrograde exactly. It's not about Venus, but I'm gonna talk about it just so I can accumulate my thoughts right now. So this Venus retrograde is going to be in a time of where um you know it's gonna be a time where what we love in the past, what we're loving about, what we can compromise with. Is gonna be the time where it's gonna be bringing us back to old ways and how to go upon certain situations. But if you're still lost in old ways how to do that, if you're still lost in other in different shifts, you're gonna be left behind, and you're gonna be wondering where's everyone going, where everyone go. They're gonna be already gone before you because you're already in a space of where you're still doing the same routines and patterns and not expanding your shit. You know what I'm saying? You're not expanding your conscious, not conscious, but your subconscious mind. You know what I'm saying? Because that subconscious is where we're all at as spirits, and you know to get there as a spirit. You know that it's not about getting these. You understand that we're there in general. So if you know how to actually get there, not, aka be aware that you're there, that's subconscious realm, aka the dream state, the mind state, the esoteric, whatever you want to call it. That's the subconscious. So if you understand that, you understand ways on how to go upon that actual way on how to actually accumulate your light forms. You know what I'm saying? Your light forms is nothing but your mind. So your mind bodies. You know what I'm saying? And when you know how to construct your mind bodies, you know how to constructively criticize the right things down here in the third dimension, because now you know how to see all the bullshit, see all the illusions, see all the fake. You know what I'm saying? The fake energy. You know, decipher a person's simply by looking at their mind body, just like that. So it'd be easy for you to get in the loop and get out the loop and know how to create loops and know how to create atmospheres and shit like that. Because that's what we're here to do. We're here to create our own vibe. So when you know how to do that, you know how to you know how to get with the program. You know what I'm saying? And we're all here to create the next body to be an atmosphere. So once you know how to create an atmosphere, that's the world you're in, and that's that actual realm of reality that you create for yourself. And once the human, that's what we're going. We're creating the atmosphere. So you create beautiful lands, beautiful states, beautiful ways of seeing shit, beautiful mind, all that shit. So it's like you're creating a stage for yourself in the next life, but it's not really the next life because it's gonna be the same shit, but it's gonna be just more aware. You know what I'm saying? It's like the same shit, but you're more aware that there are more abilities, more different ways how to uh, uh, relate and shit like that. So you're not going anywhere, but it's like a contradiction because you're creating a new way of how to go upon your actual life. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's different. So when you know how to do that, you know what you're doing. So you're in the right way of going upon actual shit. So that's what you want to be on. You want to be on times like you're not in a space of where you're not. Also, I gotta say, I always say this, but I'm gonna say it again. You're not giving up. Don't don't give up. It takes time, but just don't give up, because once you make it, it's gonna feel so good, and you'll be like, oh, it just be because the way I was thinking, the way I was seeing the shit, the way I was breaking shit out, the way I was cutting shit out, the way I was sculpting this beautiful uh space. Not I want well I want to say like not statue, but like let's call it a space station, whatever you want to call it, space statue, space what's that? I can't scenery, whatever you want to call it, whatever space, whatever. So you create this shit so beautiful that no one can even say shit about it. It don't matter how much in the out the loop they're at. You just being yourself creates the actual way on how that self creates the actual illusion for your not illusion but perspective for the others and the other spirits behind you. You know what I'm saying? Because it's all about the it's we're on a sixth spiritual root race. So if you know how to see it like that, you know that we're all creating, like I said, we're all creating atmosphere. So we're all creating our next body to become an atmosphere. You know what I'm saying? And that's when you're sculpting that shit out, you know, how to create a beautiful vision, beautiful scenarios, you know what I'm saying? Beautiful stargates, you know what I'm saying? And you don't gotta create stupid dumbass stargates that make you do routine patterns, make you progressively, you know, stressy or binge watch or whatever. You're stargates where you're becoming you, anything you're doing, you're rocking the shadow government to sleep and you're making them build your world, but you're doing it so hard because you're not even in a space of where you're you can act distracted, but it's not really being distracted. You know what the fuck you're doing because you're in a space of where now you know how to actually uh, accumulate the actual energy for yourself. So the piping system you're creating all goes to you. So now you know that the piping system is now you're getting all the esoteric gold minerals, sulfur, all that shit. So now you don't got now you're in a space of where you don't what the fuck you see the shit you see the shit uh going upon like you see the places and the events happening quick as fuck, but it's not quick because in the spiritual realm, you understand like, everything's in reverse. So when you see shit happening fast down here, it's actually you're taking your time and you're sculpting. It's like oh no, I got the reverse. I'm tripping. When shit's happening quick up there, everything is slow down here, so everything's in reverse. So now you know how to bring that shit down, and when you're going slow down here, I don't know. When you're going fast down here, now you slow down time. It's like you're in the matrix. It's like your knee. What's that? Cast Neo. It's like your knee dodging the bullets, woo, dodging all that shit. So now you're in a space of where you're already doing other shit behind the actual behind closed doors, behind the scenery. So now it's like you're controlling shit. It's like you understand that you're the observer. You're the spirit is the observer. So you understand you're observing these your creations and you're creating certain timelines, algorithms for yourself, and then you create it for, and when you understand that you're doing it for yourself, you need certain algorithms for yourself. You understand that subconsciously or not or consciously, because you never know nowadays. The world just starts to copy you, and now the world looks more like you. You know what I'm saying? Now everyone wants to become like stars. You know what I'm saying? Become a star. You know what I'm saying? Now everyone wants to become all that shit. You know, everyone wants to become what's that word to look for? Damn, I just had a word. Fuck, I can't think of it. Oh yeah, but now everyone wants to become a star. Now atmosphere. Why I think now everyone wants to become an atmosphere just like you because now they see oh shit, this guy's creating his own their own vibe. You know what I'm saying? Because technically we're mini atmospheres down here. You know what I'm saying? So when it's like we're mini atmospheres. So we know. Think about it. So when the whole world sees you, it's gonna be like this. They're gonna be like a sense of where they're gonna try to understand why this man or woman has so much like 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 a nice cool little vibe to them. You know what I'm saying? So and they don't know how to relate that. They don't know how that it's something we're doing spiritually. So when you understand that, you understand that this thing we're doing for ourselves, we actually know that we're creating certain vibes subconsciously because we're in a space of where we know how to do these things for ourselves. So if you understand that, you understand that the whole point is to create your own vibe. So people already search to become something like you know how in the hood people always try to look for a big homie or and even the suburbs people always try to look for that one knowledgeable friend. You know what I'm saying? That one smart friend. You know whatever they call it nerd or not nerd, but it's I guess it can be seen in this topic I'm talking about right now. It can be seen like that. You know what I'm saying? A big homie or like in school you got that one nerd that they know everything. So it's like that smart person. So it's like same shit, different atmosphere. You know what I'm saying? Same shit, different atmosphere because it's like a different vibes, but it's a different. It's the same. It's like we're all in the search for the same thing. You know what I'm saying? To understand because we're all teaching each other. That's the whole point. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna go to college. You're gonna get you're gonna get what, a teacher. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna go to school. You're gonna go what, a teacher. You can go anywhere. Like we're all looking for teachers, looking for spiritualists deep down in our heart, but we may not know it. So when the whole world sees us in subconscious community soul group, when they see us in a space where we know what we're creating is a different way of seeing shit. They're gonna start to understand that it's different because we're being ourselves. You know what I'm saying? So goes across community is just ourselves. We're all just becoming ourselves, being ourselves. We know how to come together. That's the whole point. We're supposed to come together as a soul tribe in order to take this whole shit over. Even though that's what we're doing right now. But when you understand that, you know what I'm saying, the whole world comes together and we all become a soul group. That's what we're supposed to be doing. You know what I'm saying? You don't gotta see like you gotta be no ego, so we all got our own place, you know what I'm saying? And it's not even like a place in a negative light. It's just a place that we all got our own footprints in the sand. So we understand that. Now you're in the space of where you know that we all have our own little light of yours, all your little light of mine. I'm gonna let it shine. All that shit, let your light shine. You know what I'm saying? It's all about you. Let that light shine. And God wants to see all of our lights shine, but God also wants you to understand that it's not about the light that you're accumulating. It's about the light that you'll soon to become. It's not actual light flight, but it's not. But you know what I'm saying? Not actual light, but the next thing you're about to become. That the actual light becomes your next glorified body. You know what I'm saying? That I don't want to say. I'm gonna stop using light. That actual mind becomes your next glorified body. So when we create our next glorified bodies, it's gonna be like more gas liquid. You know what I'm saying? So the gas liquid forms is how we even create these organic forms, solid forms right now. So that gas liquid form we're creating for ourselves it's gonna be in the space of where if you know how to create that gas liquid the right way, not gas liquid the right way, you know how to come together and create that actual solid organs. So you're more in the sexual visions. You're more in this. That's how it is. So when the sexual visions it becomes harder and harder and harder, solid. It becomes more the organs. You start to create the organs, and now it starts to become you. And now you hear it. Now you hear it. Now it's how we all did it. You know what I'm saying? So you don't get confused when people tell you, oh. Solid and liquid is a spirit. Water is a spirit. This is the spirit. No, the spirit is just spirit. Don't get lost. You know what I'm saying? Gas is gas. Liquid is liquid. Solid is solid. You know what I'm saying? Don't get lost. You know what I'm saying? And when I say gas and gas, liquid is liquid. Solid is solid. it it means that, but it technically doesn't mean that because gas is its own thing, liquid is its own thing, solid is its own thing. But in spiritual, gas is its own thing. It's like it's not really its own thing, but it's like it's a thing, and it's a thing that our spirits created. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It's more of the mind spiritual body we create for ourselves. So now you understand, okay, now I see how to see this shit. Now I don't gotta get lost and be like, oh shit, now what the fuck is this? How the fuck I do this now? Now you understand, okay, it's this, you know what I'm saying? And if you understand that the whole point to a building block is to create a more spacious like arena for ourselves. You know what I'm saying? We know how to be more of utilizing. Now we know we know more how to utilize certain objects. You know, certain mind states, certain mind forms, because you're using these are your actual things that you're usually moving together, moving piece by piece. You know what I'm saying? Layer by layer. Understand the actual way of how to see it. So now you understand that it's like you're in a different way of seeing shit. You know what I'm saying? And then with the Mars and Virgo, you know what I'm saying, it's gonna be in a space of where if you're not gonna be in energies like that, you're not seeing shit like that, then you're actually lost because you're not seeing the way things is moving. You know what I'm saying? You're in a space of where you're more actually not really fully connected. You're fully disassociated from a lot of shit because you're not seeing shit the right point of view. You know what I'm saying? You want to make sure you see shit from the right point of view. Because when you see shit from the right point of view, now in a space of where those points of views become more vivid. You know what I'm saying? And them vivid sceneries, uh, the imageries become more real, and that's how you become create the mental realm to mental realm, not mental yeah, mental realm. You bring your dreams down here, and you live. You actually become like you what you're trying to be up there. You actually become it down here, and and technically that's what you are right now. But we're in a space of where we're trying to make this more real, because we understand that even a lot of people, you know what I'm saying, a lot of people in this world are waking up. We're becoming more spiritual, more connected, not connected, but more spiritual. You know what I'm saying? But being more spiritual leads to be more connected anyway. So technically, we'll be more connected too. You know what I'm saying? So we're in a time where we're actually getting our shits together right now. You know what I'm saying? So that's a good thing. You know what I'm saying? That's actually that's far from bad. You know what I'm saying? And that's all God wants to see from us. God wants to see His children down here doing shit. You know what I'm saying? If you're God's child, then you know that this whole world was created from the mind. So if you understand that first, you don't get lost. Be like, oh, this created. I'm not this is not God right here. I'm just using the word right here. This God in the physical realm created all of us. The sun God, or the moon God, or the tree God, or the grass God. Oh shit! Oh fuck, the air God. Nah, nigga, ain't none of that shit, nigga. It's just it's just you lost in a way of seeing shit. It's not that's not the way you see shit. That's you're lost in the physical. You know what I'm saying? That's not how you when you understand the actual point of seeing the ways of life. That's the ways of life was created from the mind first. So that all the shit you're pointing at, you saying, oh, you created or that created. It's technically you're saying you created those things, but you're calling yourself. But it's not. But when I say you create those things, don't get lost in thinking, oh, y'all calling yourselves God. I'm saying that because that's your mind creating these things. You know what I'm saying? When you call, oh, this thing created that, God materialized this in the physical because God is in the physical with us. And God, no, it's not that because God is not nothing. God is nothing. Don't get lost in these things. God is nothing. The closest thing to nothing is God. So when you understand that, that's the way you see shit. You know, so God is no thing, nothing, period. Nothing. So don't get lost in that shit. So when you understand the building blocks of this world is created from us. We created this world all together. AKA that's how now I'm gonna bring it back to this. That's how we connected. We created this shit together. You know what I'm saying? From the spiritual first. We had sex up there, brought that shit down here. We created all this world down here and this became a physical. You know what I'm saying? So when you connect with certain people in your life. You may have a certain friend that you connect to more than the other friend. And that tells you in the spiritual realm you were more connected with this individual than the other individual. So now you know how to decipher certain shit. You know what I'm saying? And and then it shows that's how you create a family, friends, neighbors, the people you went to school with, strangers, all that shit. That's the way we came together. So now you understand this the right way, and now you don't gotta get lost in nothing. You know what I'm saying? No cute, no puns intended, nothing. You know what I'm saying? So that's how you want to be in a space like that. You know what I'm saying? And that's the only way you'll reach to all possibilities. That's the only reason. That's the only way you'll reach to real God. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the way you want to see it. You know what I'm saying? The way you see it is not that hard, but we humans make it so hard because they get lost in other people's ways and how to see shit. You know what I'm saying? It's not that deep because when you understand that human was a it that human created the not created that human was in a space of where they didn't even know what to do with themselves because they were in a space of where if they're connecting with this individual because credentials of this individual because of the money, the amount of money they got, or this individual because of what they can provide for them. All that shit it's all humans are in search for the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Angels come here and teach that we don't even have to be in a space where we connect. We connect. It's going to be a space of where we connect with a soul tribe. You know what I'm saying? We know angels create soul tribes because when we create soul tribes, we're in a space of where we don't gotta feel like okay if I'm in a space where I don't even see fit because God's always telling us that man you shouldn't even they don't even deal with that shit. But angels always trying to be in a space where we know we're in a space where we try to uh correlated. Like we try to build this shit together, and that's how we get away from God, because then God's in a space of where, see, I told you, see, I did not tell you, did I tell you? But see, but we don't listen. But you know, we listen, but we don't listen in the space of where we don't. We always try to prove it wrong. You know what I'm saying? But see, we gotta stop getting between realms, and then it gets lost, and you gotta get all this and that. Y'all want to understand it, but only angels understand shit like that. But y'all got in a space where because we're all trying to get to this, we're all trying to become this in general. We're all trying to become in a space of where if we're, you know what I'm saying, well, that's how we all fell down here together. You know what I'm saying? Angels fell first. So when angels are can only know where you're going from there forth. You know what I'm saying? So if you're in a space of where, if you don't understand where shit is happening, you get lost in everything. You get lost in certain shits, things of seeing shit, certain ways of 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 shits of shits to come together, shits to disconnect, shits to uh get lost, shits to get found, all that shit. Don't get lost in none of that shit. You know, all that shit is shit. That's all shit. You know what I'm saying? You gotta become no shit. You know, so you gotta become, because you ain't shit. You gotta become nothing. You know what I'm saying? I mean, no thing. You know what I'm saying? That's how you, and then connect with nothing. You know what I'm saying? Because that's in the space of where now you know, now you're in a space of where now you know to get close and now to connect and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So now we know what the fuck we're in a space, like, you know what I'm saying? And always want to be in a space of where you know how to transmute certain shit, transmute certain transmute your egos, transmute everything. Everything in life you want to do, you want to transmute. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to get lost in nothing. You know what I'm saying? Because that's gonna be a space of where if you don't know how to transmute certain shit, then it'll use you. That energy will use you, and then you won't have nothing to use. You'll be dried up like a sponge. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's like that guy out the sink. You squeeze that shit hella hard, and you left it out, and that shit got dry. You got dry like a sponge because you don't know what the fuck you're doing. You know what I'm saying? You're out here in search. You know what I'm saying? You never want to be in search. You always know where shit's at. You know what I'm saying? You always know where shit is at. You never want to be in search, because search is what leads you to be lost. You know what I'm saying? You already know you're found. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to never want to be in search for nothing and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? That's a lot of this disassociated energies going on at a time like this with that Venus retrograde. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? We're all gonna disassociate with from certain energies that was no use to us. You know what I'm saying? If you're in the right energy, you know what I'm saying? You don't be disassociating with energies that weren't in good natures with us. You know what I'm saying? Because that now you know what the fuck you're doing, and now you know how to get shit going. You know what I'm saying? And Mars Virgo is also going to be in a space of where if you're not going to if you're not going to be standing 10 toes on your certain event, in your certain situation, in your certain you know what I'm saying, energy work, spiritual work, you're not going to be in the right space. You're not going to be in the right space. So now you gotta know what the fuck you're doing, and you gotta get with the program now, because if you better hurry up before it's too late. Because if you're in a space of where you're doing shit right now, you'll never get to this actual place you're trying to get to as a spirit, aka just becoming a one of a kind, and that's also what it's about. You're trying to you're here to become one of a kind. Because when you understand when you understand where you're here to become one of a kind, you know how to become that one of a kind that was never like, you know what I'm saying, that was never, you know what I'm saying, done this before. You know what I'm saying? That was never here before. You know what I'm saying? That was never that was, you know what I'm saying? So it's like you initiate, so it's like you're always initiating yourself into situations by default. You know what I'm saying? So you want to be in space where you know you understand that shit too. And now you know what the fuck you're doing. And now you're in a space of where you know you don't have to step on any toes, tamper with any files, nothing. You know what I'm saying? You're connected with nothing. You're in a space of where now you know what the fuck you're doing, and you're progressively moving every time. And now you're in a space of where you don't gotta get lost and confused over nothing. You know what I'm saying? Because you always know that it's all about you. And that's the closest thing to how to get to nothing, because now you connect with nothing by just becoming a self, your own vibe. That's what it's all about. You know what I'm saying? And Jeff Spark, Star Pilot, and we out in this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go live tomorrow. You know what I'm saying?